Hello, my name is Simmer Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to another speed build, specifically part of my Rebuilding Glimmerbrook series. Today we are going to be building a starter home on this empty lot, the Glimmerbrook Watch. I don't quite understand why this lot is empty, considering we only have 5 lots. I feel like doing an empty lot is just kind of a waste. I feel like I would rather have an additional build than have an empty lot. This lot, I also believe that you can get to the portal to the magic realm. Is that what it's called? Get to, I can't remember what it's called in gameplay, but if you follow the trail that goes off to the right of this house, I'm fairly certain it'll take you over to that little portal, and I'll have to try that eventually. Though I have done quite a bit of gameplay with the pack, I do not usually play in this world. I just don't really like the builds, so until starting this series I really haven't played here. But I am really looking forward to trying to play more in this world, since I have now redone almost all of the builds here. And it seems like a lot of people are in agreement with that statement, that they really don't play in this world because the builds just are yeah. And I also know that a lot of people don't usually play with occult sims. I probably don't play with them super often. I wouldn't say I play with them often. I think I like them more in theory than in practice, but you know, I enjoy it sometimes, so I'm glad I do have this pack. And I will say I don't love occult gameplay, just because I feel like so many occults really lost out. You know, the mermaids lost out. I don't get to work, so I haven't seen the aliens, but I haven't heard great things about the aliens either. And I feel like when they did vampires, they started doing that tier system, and from then on they've been pretty good. But you know, because that wasn't the first one, we didn't get that right away. So every other pack that's done occults just kind of fell short, I think. So as we are going here, you're seeing I'm using some of those funky colors on the windows. I don't necessarily think that this teal color is usable on a lot of different lots, and I feel like it would be very overwhelming if this house were bigger. But I feel like because it is quite small, you can kind of get away. I can kind of get away with using the teal color schemes here. But I don't know. You know, I figured why not? Why not try it? It's fun. I don't think I used it. I didn't use it on any of the other builds because it's a little much. So why not use it here? I will say this lot is kind of expensive. It's like a $2,000 lot. So this house ends up being like just over 21,500 simoleons. We definitely got real close to that budget towards the end. I had to delete some little decor things, then we had to rely heavily on debug for our landscaping because I was not going to leave this thing bare. I also messed around a little bit, as you saw, with the Shift C on the roofs. I haven't really done that much. I don't feel comfortable like using them. I don't necessarily know what all of the little bubbles do, all the little circles, so I haven't done that a whole lot, but I've been trying to more often, especially with like these cottagey kind of vibes, because I feel like cottage houses tend to have different, very unique roof lines. So I thought we would try that in this one specifically. I have tried it in the other ones as well, especially on like the turrets and the towers that I've been doing. But on this build, I decided to give it kind of more of that like storybook look with that interesting A-line roof on that the main structure of the house. So we are getting to the interior. I did not want to do the wallpaper, which was stupid of me because I feel like the wallpaper is a little expensive and I should have budgeted better for that. But we're going to build a little bit here without our wallpaper and without the flooring. That little cutout in the middle is going to be our bathroom. We're going to have the kitchen here in this corner. We'll have a little living space right in the front, and then a small little dining table with 2 chairs just kind of like in the middle. I also decided that we would keep with that teal theme and go with teal appliances in the kitchen here. So you see that lovely stove will come in eventually, but that lovely refrigerator in there is very interesting. It's a very detailed looking refrigerator, and the stove is as well. They're very they've got a lot of that gold like lining on it. It's definitely a very interesting piece of furniture, and I don't think I would use it in any other build other than like an occult build. So, you know, gotta use it just a few more times since I'm almost done building this world out. So originally I thought that this house would look better closer to the front, but then when I went into the world it looked ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculous. Pushed up front. So we had to push that back. I feel like I probably could have pushed it back even further and given us more entry space in the front, but I had a feeling I wasn't going to be able to do a whole lot of landscaping or be relying heavily on debug landscaping. So I was worried about pushing it too far back and having too much room for plants and things like that. So I decided we would leave it here, and hopefully, if you build or you play in this lot, you can add more landscaping, you can expand on the house, what have you, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're going to play around a little bit more with this roof line. I was looking at a lot of pictures on Pinterest of like cottages and things, and like storybook cottages, and a lot of them have like one side of the A-frame roof kind of like further down. I don't know, so I thought, you know what, why not try it. Picking a roof color for this was not easy, but I just decided to go with this black one because I had used it or other ones that looked a lot like it in the other builds, so I figured we'll be consistent. I am going to have to take out one of those two windows up top because it is expensive and I need that money elsewhere. Same with this back door. One of those little like funky shaped ones next to the door is going to have to go. I didn't want to get rid of both of them because it kind of looked weird without them, like just having the door alone there, especially since I end up having to delete these two windows above the stove as well. So I had to put at least one, but I would not have done that otherwise. I feel like it looks better with the two. So in here, this is going to be our bathroom. I want to go with like a simple tile since like the rest of this is a little patterned, it's a little woody. There's a lot of wood tones going on in this house, but so I figured this room would be better, this bathroom would be better very simple. Figured we're gonna get all of our magic realm things in here and what have you. I kind of wish I didn't do the layout of the bedroom quite like this. I feel like the feng shui is kind of off. I keep seeing TikTok videos of the guy who like rearranges small apartments, and he doesn't usually put beds facing the door like that, and I feel like there's a reason. It's feng shui, right? But I don't really like know feng shui, so I put it like that. But if it should have gone a different way, my bad, you guys. But I like it regardless. I feel like I probably could use taller walls. I feel like that would have been more helpful, especially because that little like canopy roof thing on the bed would probably be very close to the ceiling, but it's The Sims, so we're just going to pretend like that doesn't happen. I originally wanted to use kind of a different color in the bedroom. Ooh, and this color on the I think we're going to change it. No, we're not. The color on the walls in the bathroom really looks good next to the walls in the bedroom there, but it doesn't look great with the furniture, and I was pretty set on the furniture, so we end up changing that wallpaper color to the same one that's all around. But otherwise, I feel like it looks pretty cute. And of course, we have to get a dresser. Always have to have a dresser. But I didn't get a mirror in there because, as you can see, we are running low on funds. In here, though, we will also get two of the little bedside tables from this pack and this little rug. This rug is super cute. Again, I don't feel like it's a very good rug to use unless you're like looking at a cult Sims, or maybe like a crystal kind of person, maybe like a collector sim. I don't know, maybe a werewolf, but I feel like it's still very niche. So I figured might as well use it here since we're not going to use it in any other build most likely. So why not? And unfortunately, we are going to have to hug some of those windows because I cannot afford to put anything else in here. We are so close to that budget. I don't actually know what it's supposed to be at for a starter home because the lot is $2,000. So hopefully this is still technically a starter home. I probably should have deleted maybe one or two more things just to like really be sure, but oh well, it is what it is. And then we're just gonna get a painting on the wall, and that is the whole interior. Super small, but still quite cute in my most humble of opinions. I'm gonna speed this landscaping up just a bit more because digging through debug took some time, and I don't want you to sit there and watch me scroll, even at 4 times the speed, it's still gonna be a little bit longer. So I figured we are going to get a lot of landscaping in here. Figured we would get some stuff like on the walls, kind of match the other landscaping I've done in the other builds for this world. We're using a lot of the lavender, a lot of like grassy stuff, so I figured we will do that. I really hate the debug landscaping jumps up and like matches the height of your house if you put it up on a foundation, so we'll take that down. It is really funny. I feel like the more I build, the more little tricks I find or realize are in the game, like that, like lowering the foundation back down so that I can landscape without the landscaping jumping up to the level of the foundation. Stuff like that. I think it's really interesting. Also, those little like debug houses, I guess that's not little debug houses, but those debug houses, I've seen a couple creators like remake those in actual real life builds that you can use, and I feel like that's kind of fun. I always forget that they're in there. We have so much stuff in debug too. I always forget that we've got all that in debug. I really like the fence there, the little like gate fence thing, so we're actually going to get rid of this stone wall and do something similar. We're going to use these guys, and then we're going to put in the little like stone and wood gate there. I think that's so cute. I don't know if Sims actually walk through it. I'd assume they would, but I don't know for certain. But yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of this build. We're just going to go around and do a little bit of terrain paint, and then we're going to be done. I put out new videos on Mondays and Thursdays, and in fact next Monday we will have our final build of this series, so make sure you come back to check that out. I just want to send you all of the positive energy, all the good vibes, and happy simming.